Welcome. Thank you so much for coming to practice. I'm really excited to share this sequence with you. I thought it would be best if we broke it down into 3 separate sections, and then that way you can mix and match depending on how much time your day allows for. So you can do 1 or all 3 parts, or just the first part and the last part. The first section is going to be working with the chair, working with the wall. You might also want to have a blanket. If you don't have a blanket nearby, you can use a quilt or a folded up towel, a beach towel preferably, for some of the things that we'll be doing later on, and also to pad the knees when we get down to some hands and knees work. So section 1 is going to be working with the wall, the chair, some standing poses. Section 2 will be more standing poses without the use of the wall and the chair. And then section 3 is going to be mostly down on the ground. So here we go. Go ahead and grab your chair. So my chair is without back and without arms. Ideally, if your chair has a back, that's not a big deal. Ideally, you're able to use a chair without arms. Even a stool would work really well. I'm going to sometimes face the camera if I think that that's going to be an easier angle for you to see what's happening. Probably most of the time you'll be getting a lateral view. So go ahead and make your way down into your chair and sit at the very, very edge of your seat. Right, you might feel like you're going to fall off a little bit. Take your hands to your hip bones and pull them downward into the chair. And then draw your belly back and up, and then lean back ever so slightly, just till you feel your core engaged to support you in this tall, upright posture. Keep pulling down on the pelvis, draw the shoulder blades back, slide your throat back. Take a nice breath in and out, and then just reach up through the right arm. Press the right sitting bone down, lengthen the right arm up. The left side waist might shorten a little bit, and that's okay. And then let the right arm fall down by your side, and repeat with the left arm. Left arm reaching, left sitting bone grounding. So the right side might shorten slightly, that's totally fine. And then do both arms. Create lots of length and space from hips to armpits. Even shrug the shoulders up to the ears, that's perfectly all right. Big breath in. And exhale to just float the arms down by your side. Start with some very simple shoulder rolls. So just bringing some simple movement to the shoulders and the neck. Now hold underneath the chair with a little bit of downward pressure. So actually pulling myself down into the chair. Turn your gaze as far over your right shoulder as your neck can move. And just be sure that you're not turning the rib cage as well. And then through center and turn and look as far over your left shoulder. And then through center. And then this time, keep your nose pointing straight ahead. You're going to tip your right ear towards your shoulder. Keep pulling yourself down into the seat. Lift through center, get taller in the middle, and then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Inhale, lift your head through center. Blow out through the mouth. Pull belly to spine. Pull yourself down, down, down. Stay super long and tall. And release your hands to your lap. So now coming into a few rounds of sit to stand, we're going to do this a little bit differently. Walk the feet back. Keep that nice long spine, so we're avoiding rounding forward. Nice long spine. Lean forward. Transfer the weight from your sitting bones to your heels. Squeeze your butt. Make your way up to stand. If you ever feel unsure of where the chair is in space, you can peek and look through your knees. Bend your knees, squat just till you feel your bottom tap the chair, and then come back up. I like to inhale as I squat and then exhale to stand. Find the breath cycle that works best for you. Tap and stand. Tap and stand. All right, so really reach your bottom back. Tap and stand. Notice how far forward the upper body has to come. Tap and stand. All right, if you're feeling pretty good here, you can take the fingertips to touch. And you can always use your hands on your thighs for a little extra support. That's completely all right as well. All right, so let's do 5 more. Hopefully you're feeling the legs and the glutes a little bit by now. 4 and 3 and 2. Tap, come about halfway up and stay. Angle the upper body forward. Reach your arms back like airplane wings. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your hands to the sky and then press your palms in towards each other a little bit. A few more breaths here. If you'd like, go a little bit lower down. Reach your bottom back. Lift your bottom ribs, your belly button away from the floor. 3 more breaths. 2 And one, coming all the way up to stand. And just feel the sensations in your body. Great, and then from there, make your way back down to sit. So I'm actually going to turn to angle the chair towards you now. All right, so the sequence is really focusing on mobility, both like stretching and active range of motion mobility. It's also working on strength for bone health and fall prevention, right? So taking the feet, so that the legs are pointing out towards 10 and 2 o'clock. Extend your right leg out. Sit up nice and tall, and then squeeze through the left side waist. Bring your forearm to your thigh, and keep toning these muscles in the side waist to press the forearm downward, right? I'm going to ask you to take your right fingertips to frame your ear. And you're actually pressing the head up against the fingertips, and the fingertips are meeting the head with resistance. Try to root the right sitting bone down and reach out through the right leg. On your inhale, create length, tone through the neck. On your exhale, from the sideways, press the arm down. Press evenly through the big toe ball mound, the pinky toe ball mound in the center of the heel. From there, you can extend the arm over ear if you'd like. And then as much as you're reaching your arm over ear, extend your leg away. A few more breaths here. Inhale for length. Exhale for tone. Press the forearm down into your thigh. Inhale, reach the heel and the fingertips apart. Draw the ribs back. Exhale, press. Another breath just like that. And then reach the arm up. Make your way back through center. And then we'll switch legs. Extend out through your left leg. Firm the muscle above the knee. Reach out through the leg. Curl the toes back. Tone the muscles through the right side waist. Press the forearm down against your thigh. The fingertips and the head meet each other with resistance, just creating a little bit of tone through the neck. Relax the jaw. Another breath just like this. And then stretch the arm over your ear. Reach, inhale, creating length. Reach the heel and the hand apart. And then on the exhale, ribs back and press the forearm against your thigh. Let's just do one more breath here. And then bringing yourself up to sit. Wonderful. So walk the feet a little further back. You're going to do one more sit to stand with the feet wide apart. Make your way up. Great. So we can move the chair aside just for now. And we're going to come and do a little bit of work at the wall, right? So you can bring your hands, so first just stand all the way upright and place your hands at the wall, about in line with the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. And then walk your feet back so you have more of a plank pose at the wall. Once you walk your feet back, if you feel like you need to adjust your hands, no problem. Press through the inner edges of the hands as much as the pinky finger edges. Push the wall away, draw the ribs in. Soften the shoulder blades, right? Head in line with the spine, and then zip up through the low belly. It's not so much to tuck your tailbone under, right? You don't want to flatten the curve of the back, right? Keep your thighs back. Keep some of that natural curve, but feel the connection between the bottom of the ribs and the pubic bone. Just find plank pose here, and then step your right foot to the wall. Bend your back knee. Draw your ribs in. So you can use the wall for support. This is a wonderful thing to have. If you're feeling pretty good with your balance today, sometimes it changes from day to day, you can also take your hands to your hips. So squeeze muscle to bone, straighten the legs, get taller, and then bend the knees, right? The back knee is not going to come all the way to the floor. It's going to come about halfway down. Push into your heels, squeeze your butt, come up, and lower down. Tongue off the roof of the mouth. Relax your jaw coming up. Squeeze the rear end as well on the back leg. And lower. And I believe this is number 4. And lower. And 5. And lower. Hands to the wall. Lean forward. Back leg straight. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot forward. Really close to the wall. Come more upright, bend both knees. So fingertips to the wall or hands to hips, as you wish, right? You can also do this variation. Minimal support from the wall. Shoulder blades on the back. We'll do 5 of these. Press into the heel of that front foot. Really squeeze the rear end of the back leg. 2 more. And 1 more. Lower, lean forward, straighten the back leg. Step both feet back. From here, step your right foot on top of your left heel. Squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your bottom, and we're gonna go for push-ups here. Think forehead towards the wall. Exhale to push the arms straight. Squeeze your forearms towards each other. Couple more here. 1 more. And then switch the feet. And here we go for 5. Inhale to bend the elbows. Exhale to straighten 4. 3, forehead can almost touch the wall or touch the wall 2. 1, both feet. Bend the elbows. Pause here. Squeeze your hands towards each other. Draw the ribs back. Push the hands up the wall. 5 breaths. 4, squeeze your bottom. Squeeze your inner thighs together. 3, 2. 1 more breath. And push the wall away. Well done. Good. Straighten out your mat if needed. And then go ahead and take your chair once again. Okay. So we're going to be playing with warrior 2 into triangle pose using the chair for support. So separate your feet about one of your legs distance, so fairly wide. So if you reach your arms out to the sides, you might feel that the ankles are more or less underneath the wrists, right? Turn the right leg out to start. Bend the right knee. So you might need to adjust your chair, no problem. Okay, so you're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades on the back and reach out through the arms, okay? Just straighten and bend that right leg a few times. You can find that I can go a little bit wider in the stance. And it's perfectly all right to push into the chair a little bit. So this is 4. Let's do 1 more time. This is 5. Now remember side angle pose. You can take your hand to the edge of the chair or you can take your forearm to your thigh. Stay nice and high. Thigh bone back, ribs back. First, the fingertips and the head meet each other with resistance and then stretch the arm over ear. Bend through that right thigh, press your back foot down, draw the ribs back, turn open. The muscles through the side waist are firming to press your forearm down. Couple more breaths here. Thigh back. Reach the arm out. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Slowly straighten that leg. Now reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. Try to touch the top of the chair. If you can't quite reach, you can take your fingertips to the seat and then left arm to the sky. So arms at 3 o'clock. Arms at 3 o'clock. Keep reaching out. Press through the feet. Strong legs, strong belly. For a little bit more challenge, you can just hover your hand up off the edge of the chair. Ribs back, turn open. Relax the jaw, the tongue, the throat, the eyes. 2 more breaths. Strong legs, strong core, ribs back, reach out. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, release. Turn the right leg in. You can either turn around or move the chair to the other side. So I'm going to turn around just so you have a different view. Right, so left leg forward. Reach the arms out, bend and straighten your left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, and then you can either take your hand to the chair, right, if you want to keep more space through the underside of the waist, or bring your forearm to your thigh if that's all right. Take your thigh bone back, so you want to feel that the top of the hip is in line with the base of the ankle. Stretch, first, fingertips and the head meet each other with resistance, and then stretch the arm over ear. Turning open. A few more breaths here. Last breath. And then bring yourself back up through warrior 2. Slowly straighten that leg, triangle pose. Slide the pelvis under, reach out. Just reach for the top of the chair, right arm up, arms at 3 o'clock. Remember, thigh back, ribs back, reach out. Use your legs, use your core, maybe hover the hand. That's really gonna load up the core. Make sure you're not too low. You want to be able to keep all that space through the underside of the waist. 2 more breaths. And 1. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release the arms, and go ahead and step the feet together. So I'm going to turn around to face you, and we can move the chair out of the way now. So one more thing in this standing sequence. So first, just to feel it in your body, step your feet all the way together. Squeeze the legs together so you feel like your 2 legs are becoming one pillar of energy. Lift your left heel for a moment. Squeeze your right buttocks. Cross the ankle above the knee. Now bend your standing legs. Stick your bottom out and lean forward. Ribs and belly lift away from the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. And then do the other side. So working a lot more on balance now. Right? This is also working on hip range of motion, cross. Okay, so for this one, the sound effects are very important. You're gonna keep your leg in this orientation, come more or less all the way up to stand, lift your ankle up off your knee, feel the effort, and then go back. And then stand, lift the ankle over the knee, go back to the cross, and lift, release that foot down, second side. Squeeze the buttocks of the standing leg, cross ankle over knee. Lean forward, it's like chair pose. Stick your bottom out like you're gonna come all the way to sit in the chair. Keep this foot alive and active, and lift, and cross, and lift, and cross, and one more time, lift, and lower that foot to the floor. Now, separate your feet wide. Instead of having your toes parallel, so feet pointing towards me, go ahead and turn them away. So the heels are spinning forward, the toes are spinning out. It's like warrior 2 in both legs at the same time. And then find, I've heard this called horse pose or goddess pose, right? So thighs don't necessarily have to be parallel to the floor, but find a position where the knees are pointing over the ankles, and you don't want to be so wide that you don't feel like you have any power, right? So we're going to practice just shifting the weight from one leg to the other, right? So you're shifting your weight from your left leg to your right leg. Shift from left leg, squeeze the buttocks, to the right leg. And one more time, shift and shift. This time, find your horse stance. As you shift, cross the ankle over the knee. So stand on the right leg, cross your left ankle over your right knee. You're now facing the diagonal of your mat, no problem. Come to stand, lift, reach the leg out, squat. Shift onto your left leg, cross the ankle over the knee, sit back. Come all the way to stand, reach the leg out, squat. Let's do that one more time. Play with your balance here. You can have your hands to your pelvis, palms touch. And if it helps you, reach your arms out like airplane wings. Feel the dance that's happening on that standing foot. Root through the big toe, root through the pinky toe ball mound, root through the center of the heel. One more breath. Maybe squat a little bit more. Inhale, stand, reach the leg out, find your horse, and then last time on the other side. Find your balance. Find the arm variation that suits you. It's going to feel different from one side to the other. It's a-okay. One more breath. Maybe squat down a little bit more. Inhale, stand, and release. Great. Thank you so much for participating in part 1, and I'll see you in part 2.